Hello everyone, in this video we will be talking about a new concept called quadratics. It's a difficult concept, but after we progress in the videos, you'll understand it's not that hard. So here I'm going to write an example of a quadratic equation. That's an example. So that's a quadratic equation, while we know a linear equation would be something like that. And on a graph, a linear equation would be like that, or that, or that, or even that. But a quadratic equation, I'll show you here, is something, oh, sorry, I can't use that. No, don't mind that, that's not part of it. It would be like that, or like that. And that is called a parabola. One thing you should remember is it cannot be sideways, like this. I'll show you. Like this, it cannot do that. So remember that. Oh, sorry. So that's called a parabola. So now I'm gonna show you an example of a quadratic equation. So let's do y equals x squared plus, not 2, sorry, 5x plus 6. So in this case, you would, so in a quadratic equation, you're gonna try to find the roots, or in most cases, two numbers that will, but in some cases, all the numbers, more than two, all the numbers that will make this this problem equal to 0. So I'm just gonna write it in the terms of 0. So I write equal 0. So when you find two that are equal to 0, that would mean that it's the x-intercepts on this parabola. The 2 points here would, the two roots which roots are zeros would be the x-intercepts on the parabola. So now let's try to figure that out with this one. So you would use a method called the Parallelogram Method. I'll show you. So you would do that. And then over here, you would write B and C. So in this case, B and C would be 5 and 6. So you would write here 5 and here 6. Now the way to solve this is you have to write here in this area and this area, you would have to find two numbers that add up to 5 and that multiply to 6. And obviously those two numbers are 2 and 3. So now you split it up. So now I'll show you how to simplify this. So you would simplify it as, I made one mistake here. This is for a linear equation. A quadratic equation would look like that. Oh shoot, sorry about that. So now I'll show you how to simplify this using this parallelogram method here. You would simplify it. So here there's 5x in the middle, but you would simplify that 5x into these two numbers here. So it'd be 2 and 3x. So it'd be x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. So then now what you would do is you would factor this term and factor this term, but you would factor them separately. So first factor this term, the bull term. So the only common thing there is x. So it would be x. And then what times x would be x squared, x. And then what times x would be 2x, 2. And then you would do plus the other one, 3x plus 6. Well, the only factor there is 3 this time, 3. And then it would be x plus 2. So here, you get two common numbers. And then so a way to figure out if you got this equation correct is you look at this right here, x plus 2. And if it's the same as on the other side, this x plus 2 here, you know you've done it correctly till now. So now I'll show you how to simplify this. Now you would just write this factored as x plus 3, this number and this number, times x plus 2, which, sorry, not 9x, x plus 2, which is the common factor. So that would be equal to 0. And as I mentioned, you have to find the roots, or the numbers that would make this equation equal to 0. So there are two roots in this case, this root and this root. So you have to simplify to find out x is. So you would write x plus 3 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. So that would simplify to x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to negative 2. And that would be your answer. I know I went through this a little quickly, but if you don't understand the concept, please tell me in the comments and I'll do one more video. I'm going to do one more example still so you can get the proper hang of it. So let me think of a different problem. So in this case, I'll do the problem. So I'll do an easier one with one root. X squared plus 6x plus 9. So again, you would use the parallelogram method. I'll put on the side. So if you use the parallelogram method here, the parallelogram method. So this up here, you wouldn't know, but you know that down here, you would put the B and C. So let's put 9 there. And then on this side, you would put 6. And as I mentioned, you have to find two numbers that add up to 6 and multiply to be 9. So that would be 3 and 3. Sorry, I'll move that down. 3 and 3. So now, as I mentioned the previous one, you would simplify this and you would simplify the middle term. You'd simplify the middle term to x squared plus 3 and 3, so 3x plus 3x plus 9. So then you factor out the two sides. I'll bold it once again to help you remember the bold and unbold. So in this case, it would be x, the only factor would be x, and then it would be times 3x plus 3, since x times x is x squared, and x times 3 is 3x, plus 3. This is the same one as the previous problem, except it's 3x plus 3 since it's 9 instead of 6. And again, you can see if you got this correct by looking and seeing that you got x plus 3 and x plus 3 is the same thing. So again, as I mentioned, you would write it with the x plus 3 and then x plus 3. You would write using, this x and this 3 and then the common term. You would write it like this. And that would be equal to 0. So now we're almost done. We just have to find the roots now. So x plus 3 equals 0. And no, sorry, one mistake I mentioned is it's not and, it's or. X plus 3 equals 0. So since they're the same thing, you would get only one answer, as x is equal to negative 3. So as I mentioned, in the other one there was 2, but in this one there's just one answer. And in some possible very rare scenarios, there could be 3. So thank you for listening to my video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. If there's anything you do not understand, please tell me in the comments. Also, if there's any certain topic you want me to go over, please also tell me in the comments. Please remember to subscribe and smash that like button so you'll know when more of my videos come out. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.